Yes, people, how are we all doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, where it's time for Matchweek 13 of the 21-22 Premier League season. Now, let's have a quick look in how everyone did in Matchweek number 12. I got 6 points, including one perfect score. That was Manchester City to successfully beat Everton by 3 goals to nil. It was a very strange week, actually. Very, very strange week indeed. Top scorer in the comments. Now, there were a lot of 8s, there were a lot of 9s, but one person actually got double figures, and I have to say, very, very well done to Chris Welsh, and Chris Welsh got 13 points, so very, very well done. 3 perfect scores as well. Norwich to beat Southampton. I think you were one of the only ones to predict that. So very, very well done. Man City to beat Everton. And also Tottenham to beat Leeds as well. So very, very well done, Mr. Christopher. So we will look into Matchweek number 13. And the first game to preview and predict is Arsenal against Newcastle. And it is 5 wins to the Gunners, and the last result was a 3-0 win to Arsenal. Well, Arsenal came unstuck at Anfield, didn't they? Really, really poor performance against Liverpool. Look, they managed to contain Liverpool for the first 30 to 35 minutes, and then obviously the Arteta Klopp bust up happened on the touchline. And then it just woke Liverpool up. Liverpool managed to win by 4 goals to 0. Arteta's tactics in that game I thought were all wrong. Why you go to Anfield playing a 4-4-2 when you've played like a 4-2-3-1, which has really, really helped you this season, has been very, very good, or the 4-3-3. The fact that you change it to sort of go up against Liverpool's 4-3-3 was absolutely ridiculous, and I think Arteta will need to learn a lot about himself in after this game, because it wasn't a great performance from Arsenal. And if you actually look at it, Tavares, he had a poor game. I would have if I was Mikel Arteta, I would have probably started Kieran Tierney, but that's only just me. With that being said, but was he fit? That's another matter. So it's a disappointing result. Newcastle, well, they've managed to score 3 goals, but they've conceded 3. 3-3 with Brentford. I mean, they played very, very well. Joe Linton especially was very, very good as well. I don't know what Carl Darlow's doing for the first Brentford goal. He completely dives over it. And the thing is, Mar Dubravka's on the bench thinking, when am I going to get a game? When am I going to get a game? Because this is the thing with Newcastle, is that they're a very, very good side, but they're just conceding goals way too much. And yeah, 3-3. They could have won it. But Eddie Howe will go into this game thinking that he can try and get something from the Gunners, especially after they've just been beaten by 4 goals to 0 against Liverpool. But Arsenal's record against Newcastle is very, very good. And I think it's going to take a bit of time to Eddie Howe to get used to his team. Anyway, and also I do think that Eddie Howe will be back in the touchline for this game, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going Arsenal 2, Newcastle United 0. I think Arsenal will win by 2 goals to 0. Now we move on to Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. 2 wins to Palace and 3 wins to Villa. The last result was a 3-2 victory to Crystal Palace. Well, Crystal Palace again involved in another 3-3 draw, this time with Burnley, which is very, very interesting. Christian Benteke rolling back the years with a very good double in that game, and Mark Guehi scoring as well. So obviously nice to see them score as well. But Palace again, it's set pieces. They've been done by set pieces again. Look, Maxwell Cornet's goal is a fantastic finish, so nothing that Guaita could do about that. But they'll be disappointed to go away with that with a 3-3, because they were in the lead. They were in the lead twice, and then they've just been pegged back again. So very, very disappointing from Crystal Palace. But Patrick Vieira is getting his ideas across, and that is the main thing. Aston Villa, much needed 2-0 victory against Brighton. Look, they had to wait for it. For a victory, but they managed to get it. And Ollie Watkins' goal, Very, very good finish as well. And Tyrone Mings as well, scoring as well. And look, Brighton hadn't lost it away from home. As I said in the last video, they hadn't lost away from home. So very, very good performance from Aston Villa. And a big win for Steven Gerrard, of course. This is a very tricky one to predict because Villa, not in the best of form, but managed to get a victory. Palace, they're slowly going. They're getting a lot of draws. They're not losing many games as well. Selhurst Park, it'll be bouncing. I think this is going to be a very, very good game. I fully expect goals in this game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Crystal Palace. I just think Palace will just have enough to beat Aston Villa. But it's a very good start for Stevie G, and he can only build on from this as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Crystal Palace. And now we have Liverpool against Southampton. 4 wins to Liverpool, 1 win to Southampton. The last result was a 2-0 victory to the Reds. Liverpool 4-0 winners against Arsenal. Absolutely fantastic performance from Liverpool. Look, first half, it did take a little bit of time to get going. I was impressed with Ox. I think Ox had a very, very good game, and lovely to see Minamino come on, get on the score sheet as well. Made up for Takumi Minamino. I think it's a very, very good for him to score as well. But 4-0, very, very good performance, and that might lay down a marker, knowing that people probably expected Arsenal to maybe go over to Anfield to get something, but this remarkable run that Liverpool are on at Anfield is just continuing as well. Southampton surprisingly lost by 2-1 against Norwich. I mean, Che Adams opened the scoring with a fantastic strike from the edge of the box again. He loves a goal at the moment, Che Adams, doesn't he? And the thing is, Valentin Livramento has got a big task ahead of him against Mo Salah on Saturday. So I think that's going to be a very, very interesting game. He managed to keep out Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United in that game. So going to be a very interesting game. I am going to go for a home win though. I think Liverpool will be too strong for Southampton. Might be a case of basically just maybe waiting for that moment to get the goals, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Liverpool in this one. Just got a feeling Liverpool will be too strong for the Saints. And then we have Norwich City against Wolves. It is 2 wins to Wolves, 1 draw and 1 win to Norwich. The last result was a 2-1 win to Wolves. Norwich City, great start under Dean Smith, 2-1 against Southampton. Timu Pukki and Grant Hanley, of all people, to score the winning goal. Look, Grant Hanley, very, very good header. It was indeed. It's a very good start for Dean Smith. People will probably be eating their hat if Norwich do manage to get another victory, because they will match the 11 points that Derby County received in 2007-2008. So it does look like they are getting ever so closer to not being the worst team ever in Premier League history. Look, that Derby side were an absolute joke. They really, really were. But it's whether or not Norwich can build on this. And with relegation threatened teams, it'll be interesting to see. But it's going to be a very, very intriguing affair anyway. Wolves managed to get a 1-0 win over West Ham. Very, very good performance it was as well. Raul Jimenez getting the winner. I think it was a year to the day that he got his very serious head injury. So, a year on, he gets the winner against West Ham. Very, very good to see. And hopefully he will score more goals as well. This is another tough one to call, because as I've said, Norwich City have just beaten Southampton by 2-1. Wolves won by a 0 against West Ham, of course. Very, very tricky one to call, but I'm just going to go for the away side here. I just think Wolves will have too much for Norwich. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think it'll be a very, very narrow win for them. I'm going to go for Norwich City 0, Wolves 1. I think it'll be a 1-0 victory for Wolves. And now we have Brighton against Leeds United. This is the evening game. There's 5 games on Saturday and 5 games on Sunday. I don't think that's ever happened before, but obviously because of games midweek, I think that is why. Brighton Leeds, there's only been 2 meetings in the Premier League era, and Brighton have won both of them as well, and the last result was a 2-0 victory to the Seagulls. I have to say, Brighton were not great against Aston Villa, but you can let them go because they've had a good start to the season anyway. But they'll be disappointed. They will be disappointed. They are expected to have Robert Sanchez potentially back for this game. I don't know if he's got a 3-match ban or just a 1-match ban. So I think Jason Steele did all he could in that game. Made some very good saves as well, but yeah, Brighton never really threatened Aston Villa in that game. Leeds United will be kicking themselves after being 1-0 in front against Tottenham. Dan James, son of the Hedgehog, if you want to call him that, scored the opening goal, and then they just allowed Spurs onto them. That second half, Conte must have put a big Italian boot up their backsides, and Tottenham managed to get the 2-1 victory anyway. But Leeds United, I have to say, the injuries are piling up for Leeds United. I am extremely worried for them. I really, really am. I actually think they could potentially go down this season. The way it's going, haven't won for a while either. So I am actually going to go for a Brighton win, and I think Brighton will bounce back from that Villa result. I am going to go for a 2-0 victory to Brighton. And now we have Brentford against Everton. It is 3 wins to Brentford and 2 wins to Everton. They've not met for a long, long time, but Brentford have got a good record against Everton. The last result was a 1-0 win to Brentford. I mean, Brentford have stopped the slide ever so slightly. 3-3 with Newcastle. A good result that one as well. Had to come from behind. I think it was once and then twice. It was very, very good. They just need to get that win under the belt. Everton were they were shocking. I think it's safe to say they were really, really poor against Manchester City. I mean, defending was a joke. Michael Keane shows how not to defend when he goes sliding into tackles that he shouldn't. Demarai Gray is a big blow for Everton. Hopefully he's not out too long, but going off like that, there's the lack of attack and threat after that was a big, big concern for the Blues. I think this is going to be a hard one to call, but I'm going to go for a draw in this one. I'm going Brentford 1, Everton 1. So I think that will be a very, very hard one to call. Burnley against Tottenham. Now, 3 wins to Spurs, 1 win to Burnley, 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to Tottenham. Burnley 3-3 against Crystal Palace. I mean, Burnley scoring 3 goals is unheard of, you would have to say as well. But very, very well done to Burnley. I mean, Maxwell Cornet, again, he seems to be the main man for Burnley at this moment in time, getting goal after goal after goal. And it's very, very good to see. Spurs 2-1 against Leeds. Good result. Very, very good result for them in the end. But they'll hope to not be behind in games for much longer anyway. But another tricky one to call. Really, really tricky one to call, actually. Spurs have got a good record against Burnley. I think that'll continue. I'm going to go for Burnley to lose narrowly to Tottenham. I think Tottenham will go to Turf Moor and keep a clean sheet. Keep a clean sheet. They haven't had many this season, but I do think they might get one here. Burnley 0, Tottenham 1, I think, in that one. Leicester City against Watford. 3 wins to Leicester, 1 win to Watford, 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 victory to Leicester. Leicester were terrible against Chelsea. Really, really poor. I mean, the way they just played against Chelsea was shocking. Really, really poor. I mean, and this is the thing, Brendan Rodgers is having a go at his own fans. When you do that, it's only going to end in one way, I'm afraid. And dare I say it, he is under pressure. He is definitely under pressure. He's too stubborn a manager as well. That's the thing. Watford, in absolute dreamland, 4-1 win over Manchester United. I mean, look, it could have been 8, it could have been 9. It was so dominant from Watford. We will come on to Manchester United very shortly, but credit to Watford, they were absolutely fantastic. Emmanuel Dennis, Ismail Assar didn't leave Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof a moment's peace in that game. Look, Claudio Ranieri has done a very good job so far, and he has done a very good job so far. So it looks like that Watford's pick of Ranieri is going very, very well. He is obviously returning to the King Power. Could they get a result? I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. I think Leicester will bounce back with aplomb. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to the Foxes. In this one, Manchester City against West Ham. 4 wins to Man City and a draw in there for good measure. The last result was a 2-1 win to City. City didn't really get out of, second gear in that game, and it was a very, very easy win against against Everton. Cancelo, what a ball for Raheem Sterling to make it 1-0. And then obviously Bernardo Silva gets the third, but the second goal. I mean, Rodri's not going to hit a sweeter shot like that. What a goal from Rodri. Very, very good finish, that one. It is flying into the net, and it is a great finish from Rodri. West Ham surprisingly lost by 1-0 against Wolves, and probably deserved, to be honest with you. It wasn't a great performance, was it? And it's going to be an interesting game, this one, because I think West Ham are capable of going to the Etihad and getting something. I think it's going to be a good game. I think City are going to win, but I think it's going to be a very narrow result in this one, because if you look at the last few results, West Ham have actually done pretty well. I think they've held City to a draw as well. They've beaten them on penalties as well. So, a tough one to call, but I think I'm going to go for City to win by 2-1. I think this is going to be a very, very, very narrow win for the citizens. And now we have Chelsea against Manchester United. 3 wins to United and 2 draws. Very interesting stuff. 0-0 draw between the sides. Chelsea just look unstoppable right now. 3-0 win over Leicester. Really, really impressive. Antonio Rudiger getting a very, very good goal. Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. And N'Golo Kante, really, really good to see as well. Chelsea are getting players back. I believe Lukaku could be back for this game. But whether or not he starts is another matter, because Chelsea at the moment, no striker, no problem, it seems, for Chelsea. And it's going to be a very interesting game. Manchester United, where do we start? Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been sacked as Manchester United manager. I think the interview that he did for MUTV, or the Manchester United website, I've never seen a manager do an exit interview. Like, I've never, ever seen it. Yes, I know it was nice of him to do it, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary. I'm sorry. You wouldn't see any other manager do that. Did Fergie get an exit interview? No. Did Van Gaal? No. Did Mourinho? No. Did Moyes? No. So that's the thing. That is the thing when it comes to Manchester United. Michael Carrick is in charge at this moment in time, but it does look like Mauricio Pochettino is the favourite for Manchester United. Now, I look at Manchester United, and obviously they are Villarreal this evening. Whether or not they win that is another matter. And then they go into this Chelsea game. Michael Carrick against Tuchel? I mean, I'm going to put it out this way now. Chelsea are winning this game. Chelsea are winning this game. I don't see United getting anything out of this game. I really, really don't. I think Chelsea will be too strong for Manchester United. I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory for Chelsea. I think Chelsea will be all over Manchester United like that. So that is it. That is Matchweek 13 done and dusted. As I have said, leave predictions in the comment section down below. And like Chris Welsh, you will get a shout out in the next video. So, Go for our predictions very quickly. So we have Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0, Crystal Palace 2, Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2, Southampton 0, Norwich 0, Wolves 1, Brighton 2, Leeds United 0, Brentford 1, Everton 1, Burnley 0, Tottenham 1, Leicester 2, Watford 0, Manchester City 2, West Ham United 1, and Chelsea 3, Manchester United 0. So that is it. That is Matchweek 13 done and dusted. Now, Matchweek 14 appears on Tuesday and Wednesday. There could be a live stream on Sunday evening for Matchweek 14. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to actually film a video and actually do it like that. So I think you'll probably get a live stream on Sunday. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, because I think that's just going to be the way that these games obviously coming thick and fast now. I think that's the way I'll be have to do it anyway. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now. Enjoy the football. Cheers. Bye.